Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. This past weekend, I found myself going through some old decks of mine. I'm in the process of putting together an order to get the deck up to the point I'm satisfied with. So, since I don't really care about the Ninja Turtles too much, we'll be taking a look at some of my older decks and upgrading them. Today's deck is led by Veyran, Voice of Duality. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically, if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Veyran, Voice of Duality is a 3-mana 2/2 legendary Ifrit wizard with Magecraft. Magecraft is a keyword from Strixhaven that says whenever we cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, this card triggers. In Veyran's case, she gains +1/+1 until the end of turn. Additionally, if casting or copying an instant or sorcery would cause a permanent we control to trigger, it triggers an additional time. In other words, Veyran is a spell harmonicon. The more instants and sorceries we cast, the more everything triggers. Now, we could easily create a loop to make her infinitely huge and drop a Chandra's Ignition to kill the table, but that's boring. I wanted a fun Bracket 3 deck. So, what permanents can we trigger twice in order to help close out a game, but not make our opponents hate us? How about Gutter Snipe effects? We cast a bunch of cantrips or various other spells and kill everyone. What could be more fair than that? But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from new sponsor, T-Fury. For almost 10 years, I've been a loyal customer of T-Fury, and I'm so happy to finally be sponsored by them. No, seriously, my first order with them was in May of 2016. Every day, T-Fury has new shirts for sale that are discounted because they're print to order. They take care of their artists, have great customer service, and their designs are wonderful. If you feel that you need more pop culture or geekware, go check them out. But be sure to click the link down below so they know who sent you. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm streaming on Gaming with Danon as well as Twitch. Sometimes I'm building Commander decks, other times I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV, but you're always welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Our land base consists of Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Scalding Tarn, Flooded Strand, Bloodstained Mire, Polluted Delta, Wooded Foothills, Steam Vents, Training Center, Stormcarved Coast, Sulphur Falls, Thundering Falls, Volatile Fjord, Molten Tributary, River Pyre Verge, Cascade Bluffs, Shivan Reef, Riverglide Pathway, Frostboil Snarl, Is It Boilerworks, Lindblom Industrial Regency, Scavenger Grounds, 5 Islands, and 5 Mountains. Not exactly budget, I know, but the best part about lands is that if you wind up tearing the deck apart, your lands can be used in other decks. So if you're just starting out, I highly recommend investing in a good land base. For mana ramp, we're running Chandra Torch of Defiance, Electro Assaulting Battery, Stormkiln Artist, Chandra Hope's Beacon, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Creativity, Sky Diamond, Fire Diamond, Mind Stone, Felwar Stone, Chromatic Lantern, Mana Geyser, and Seething Song. Mostly mana rocks, but a few thematic options, as is right and proper. Our card advantage package consists of Niv Mizzet Parun, Archmage Emeritus, Archmage of Runes, Krark the Thumbless, Teferi's Ageless Insight, Windfall, Valakut Awakening, and Wheel of Misfortune. Lots of ways to dig through our deck and keep our hands full. That being said, we also have a decently sized cantrip package in Brainstorm, Faithless Looting, Frantic Search, Ponder, Thrill of Possibility, Opt, preordain, consider, demand answers, Gataxian probe, serum visions, expedite, enter the enigma, and thought scour. Lots of ways to trigger our gutter snipe effects while keeping our hands full. For interaction and spot removal, we've got commit memory, counterspell, negate, abrade, chaos warp, arcane denial, prismari command, is it charm, wash away, pillage, and invert polarity. Lots of ways to remove annoying permanents or spells. For board wipes, we've got Delayed Blast Fireball, Chandra's Ignition, Aetherize, and Washout. Okay, so I lied about Chandra's Ignition, but it's here as a backup more than anything. The core of our deck consists of Gutter Snipe, Coruscation Mage, Fiery Inscription, Firebrand Archer, Kessig Flame Breather, Electrostatic Field, Thermo Alchemist, Urabrask, Erebor Flamesmith, Ral Storm Conduit, Ral Crackling Wit, Unruly Catapult, and Fire Spitter Whelp. Lots of ways to deal damage to our opponents. Supporting our plan, we've also got Fiery Emancipation, Aetherflux Reservoir, and Arcane Bombardment. Lots of ways to close out the game and ensure our opponents never recover. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 47 mana sources split between 32 lands, 14 pieces of ramp, and 1 MDFC. Light, I know, but we're fine because we've also got 8 pieces of card advantage plus 14 cantrips, 14 pieces of interaction, 4 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate in commit memory and scavenger grounds, 1 sudden I win card in Chandra's Ignition. Obviously, what we want to do is cast a bunch of cantrips when we have a few gutter snipe effects on the battlefield, but if that doesn't work, we can use Chandra's Ignition to wipe out a couple of opponents. Now, I need to address the elephant in the room, or lack thereof. There are a lot of people who are going to ask why I didn't include any token generators. After all, we've got a lot in our color identity. Well, the explanation is simple. I didn't have the room. We could either run a bunch of gutter snipe effects or token generators. We didn't have the room for both. Let me be clear. I could have included both, but I believe that's a trap. Remember, in a deck like this, the more permanents you have that care about casting instants and sorceries, the fewer instants and sorceries you have to cast. Do you have a Veyran Voice of Duality deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alix, Conga, Robert, Pi, Kazaris, Patrick, Tiz, Art, Richard, Boomy, Osra, Justin, Goldenwalker, Captain Hammer, Sleech, Mr. Salty, Daniel, and Zombie. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.